This is a presentation of the Sports Source Digital Network, presented by Hearthside Bank.
Welcome into the Sports Source Digital Network. John Pennington, joined by a pair of VFLs over here. That's Ollie Lane, that's Kevin Simon. John Wilkerson, he's a VFL in heart and spirit. John, of course, Tennessee Radio Hall of Famer. So VFL, HOF, and then SOB. So anyway, what we're going to do today, since Tennessee broke out their new Smokey Grey uniforms last week, we're going to talk about uniforms. Because I think, what's the one thing you can do to fire people up? To start an argument, all you have to do is say traditional versus alternate. Orange versus Smokey Grey. That's all it takes, and you'll get people going. Just as we were going at it right before we started this. So what we're going to do today is we're going to run through different uniforms. I'm going to show these guys with the little iPad here. We're going to put up the graphics for you at home so you'll be able to see what we're talking about. I just want to get your different takes because we're from different eras. I want to know what a player thinks about wearing this stuff. I want to know if as a guy who's been in on recruitments and stuff, what is it? How much do kids care?
Older guy.
Yeah, older guy. You wore some of these uniforms. You wore some of them. John, you've been a broadcaster, so you're going to look at it. You're going to look at things like, I like the number. I like the outline around the numbers because it's easy to see from the press box.
Right.
And me, I'll just be the old grump who was, as a kid, I like a traditional uniform. I'll just say this right up front, so let's get it out, and then you guys can run the show.
That's right. You're not getting this ball back.
That's right. Schools and professional teams need to have two uniforms, home and road. That's it. Yep. Yes, indeed. It worked for a million, especially at Tennessee. And I'll just say this from a marketing standpoint: you're the only school in the country that wears this color. When people see that color, they immediately know Tennessee. When they see gray, they go, "Is that Louisville? Is that Texas A&M? Is that Florida? Is that Tennessee?" Because everybody wears gray. Everybody wears black. Everybody wears all white. But we're going to get into it, and we'll allow you guys to say your piece and be as wrong as you want to be. So let's start with the first one. I'm putting this in front of these guys and putting it to the screen right now. I call this one, in 2009, this is the Lane Kiffin Black Mess. This was the first time they literally threw it together. Okay, nobody knew they were going to do it. The rumor came out. I think Heather Harrington broke the story. And everybody else was like, no, it's not happening. And it happened. And it turns out the equipment staff was having to put this thing together at the last second. It was not done by their traditional uniform suppliers. It's literally one type of black jersey mixed with their normal orange pants and the normal white. Fans ate it up because they immediately went out and killed South Carolina that night. And it was the first time they saw them wear black or anything unusual. This was the first of the alternates. I didn't like it. I think it's ugly, but that's just me. Gentlemen, buy or sell this one?
Sell.
Oh.
I will say I remember being at that game, and I remember the hype around it. I remember how excited I was. But now, hindsight, looking back, probably not the best combination that you could have gone with. Looks clean enough, but I think if you had more planning into it, like you said, probably could have had a better product.
I thought it looked like one of those things where a team is, their quarterback is having to wear a black jersey. It's like the practice. This is, don't hit the quarterback, he's wearing this black jersey. It doesn't look like it doesn't fit the rest of the uniform.
Or maybe like a team playing at John Charleston that has like a few different pieces.
There you go.
We got a couple kids coming from out of town. Hey, just put a black jersey on. That's fine.
That's right.
Yeah. So I get where you're coming from. This I will give you, Mr. Krusty over there.
Okay. So you sell on this one. John?
Yeah, and I would follow in their line of reasoning. And also, they were trying to be so under the table about this because they were so secretive.
They wanted to surprise the players, and it worked.
It was all about subterfuge. I mean, they warmed up in different jerseys, and then they went off the field. They came back out, and so it was one of those things. Not going to happen. They kind of denied it through the week too. That you don't know the headache it would be to make something like this happen. So all said and done, the crowd loved it, as you mentioned, because Tennessee won the game, looked good doing so. But as for that jersey specifically, I don't think it stands well at all by itself.
It's a dunce. Okay, so let's move. Let's move to 2013, if I'm going the right way here. The first edition of the Smokey Greys from Adidas. All right, now, this one had the tire tread pattern on the shoulders that looked like you'd been run over by a bus. I don't know why Adidas had those, but they did. It also, now the one thing I like, had the traditional UT helmet with the rest of it, so I don't know that works well. But I do like, and you'll hear this time and time again, if you're going to put orange over black or orange over gray, put the white outline around the orange. It makes the orange pop. It just looks muddy and washed out if you don't have that white around the outside of those numbers. That's the only part of that uniform I like. Buy or sell.
Was this the one that when you looked at the numbers, it was kind of an offset orange checkerboard inside the digits? Because that was either that one or the next one.
Okay.
But I thought that was a pretty
that.
cool turn.
Okay.
But anyhow, this one I would give a thumbs up, simply for the fact that you could tell the guys loved it. And to me, that I used to lose sleep over things like this. Now it's kind of like, if they like it, enjoy, because it's not going to ruin my day or make me lose sleep at all.
I'll lose all kinds of sleep and it'll ruin my day. What do you think?
Getting a little warmer, but I'm still selling this. It's Adidas. I'm sorry. I know I wore Adidas.
Careful.
I almost didn't come. I'm
Because
serious.
of that?
I almost didn't. Well, it was a factor. Like, all right, all things considered, I'm like, God, am I really going to go to Adidas school? I'm like, God, I don't want to, but yeah, fine. We did it.
Now that they're paying people, I don't think that's going to rank high on people's. They're saying it is, but I bet it won't.
Look,
when Tennessee goes back to Adidas, which it looks like it's going to happen.
All NFL players get an allotment.
Yeah.
I took half the money from Nike rather than take a lot more from Reebok. So I just feel like Nike does it better. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this.
No, you were selling.
I'm selling. It's Adidas.
Selling this. I don't know if any of you guys have actually worn a Tech Fit jersey before, but being a larger human being, the numbers do not fit well on a big stomach. They tend to stretch at the bottom and really show you how big you are. But like you said, I do like that they added the white with it. I think, like you said, it does make that orange really pop it.
Yeah.
However, if you're going to do the full gray on the uniform, you got to. The helmet is what throwing it off for me. That's all I'm really seeing when I'm looking at it is that white helmet.
Yeah, I almost think that would look better paired with white pants and just have the gray jerseys. And that's the one thing they've not done on any of this is I would have less care if they did any of this stuff on the road. Go wear black pants on the road. Go wear gray pants on the road. I don't care. So, but anyway, all right. So we've got 2 sells and a buy.
That's right.
Okay. Next up, we have 2015 or 16, I can't remember. This was Nike's first checkerboard stripe look. And gone were the 2 traditional stripes on the pants, so I'm immediately disgusted. But I do like the fact the thick stripe on the pants matched the thick stripe on the helmet. I like the matching thing. It also had that checkerboard pattern on the helmet, on the pants. I think that's a good look. My only problem with that was, but you didn't go to this soon enough. Kentucky had already gone to that checkerboard stuff because of Secretariat's racing silks. So it looked like you're chasing Kentucky, which in my view is something you should never do at Tennessee.
Not once.
But that said, those reasons aside, I'm closer to this than many of the others because this is closer to the traditional Tennessee look. Buy or sell this one?
Yeah, I'm buying it. I'm buying it for sure. I've said it a lot, and one of the reasons why I honestly went to Tennessee is because of these uniforms. I loved that checkerboard stripe. That was a really cool feature that we had. Obviously, didn't get to wear any of that when I got there because it was taken away. But I think that's just a good look because it adds in that extra tradition of what Tennessee is. We're the checkerboards. We got the checkerboards in the end zone, so let's put it on the uniform.
Buying this, baby. Hey, I love these unis. Clean. Got the all white, got the checkerboard. Who cares about Kentucky? Yeah. Then
I don't like copying anybody. But
looking good.
Give me a checkerboards of this.
Checkerboard. But no, I like that aspect of it. And I also like the fact that they had the stormtrooper look for a long time to where it was just all white. And so it was almost an ice situation. But I love the fact that you have the thick orange stripe down each pant leg. You end with the checkerboard at the bottom of that stripe. It matches, as you mentioned, the stripe on the helmet, which also ends in a checkerboard. Big thumbs up, so I'm buying that.
I'm big on uniforms that look like they match.
Yes.
It looks like it's designed all at once for one school.
Like they had a plan.
Yes, instead of just, we've taken this helmet and that jersey. Yeah, this looks like it was designed in one sitting.
Like the 33,000 arrangements you can have with Oregon.
Exactly. That's just, I'm sorry, it's too much. Okay. So let's move. We're 3 down. You guys are starting to buy more now. Here is Nike's first edition of the Smokey Grey. Now, this one introduced the Coors Light helmet, if you will. It's got the mountain pattern on it. Now, I think, and it's funny, a lot of people outside of Tennessee think these are absolutely ugly as hell. I think they're ugly as hell. I think they look like they're not washed. And I also think if you put white around the orange would pop more. That said, I realize I am in the minority. I will also laugh, however, if you remember the Butch Jones presser, where he said that Nike, to get the right color gray, they'd send a team into the mountains to get the right. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, first of all, it's Smokey, Smokey, which is the dog, not the mountains.
Right.
Second of all, we don't have the Rockies. There's no gray cliff faces. If you went into our mountains, you'd see green. You wouldn't see a lot of gray. So I thought that was kind of nonsensical. That said, if you're going to do an alternate helmet, the mountain pattern, kind of cool. Buy or sell.
How many times have you been to Cades Cove and you're like, man, look at all the anthracite?
Yes, constant, man.
So this was one that the attempt to sell it is what turned me away.
Okay.
So I do like when you have kind of the things that bring you to the region, something that is almost like a watermark on a helmet or a jersey. Big thumbs up. I love that. So I give them credit for trying it. This, for me, would be a sell.
Okay.
Buying this, give the kids what they want. They like nice, swaggy, new stuff. That's fine. They just give them what they stuff. They get a chance to see it on the mannequin when they come to the facility. Ooh, the Smokey Grey too. You know what I'm saying? That's
but we
fine.
can say that with all of these. So give me your take on the look.
But I agree with you about if it was outlined with orange or with white, it would pop a little more. But I'm buying these. Hey, I like them.
Ollie likes it because there's very little orange anywhere on it.
No, I love these uniforms. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I've got mine hanging up in my office. I mean, that's how much I enjoy that uniform. It's a great look. And contrary to you guys, I love the mountains on the helmet. I think that looks good.
No,
obviously,
I like the watermark.
I'm okay with it.
Now, I think maybe
The
throwing other
I'm
colors
like John,
in there.
The selling of it was stupid.
Yes. But I think overall, I mean, just a different uniform that still highlights the tradition of what East Tennessee is what the intended purpose of that uniform is. And I think it's really, and especially, I'm sure we'll get into it with the new ones that they've released, they've continued to tie it in to more traditional ties with East Tennessee. And that's why I feel like even a guy that's traditional can feel the tradition that they're trying to put into it.
Well, mountains, okay, I'll give you. Checkerboard, I'll give you. Some of the stuff they're trotting out now, no, they're getting into prime. They're getting into deep Nike swamp now in terms of, well, we'll get to it. What stuff represents. So
wait till they give us a colorway. Yeah.
We'll hold that. All right. So next, I know where this one's going to go. Next is no, I don't, because this is not the Nike. This is not the final dark mode. This was the COVID dark mode. This was the one that, due to supply chain issues, they couldn't get the black helmet made. So they had to go out there with a white helmet, and they put black around the orange stripe and the T. And again, by the way, do you see who that is blocking there? See who that is blocking there?
You look slim and fit there, right?
If you put white around the orange, always, I think it's going to pop more. But I don't like the helmet doesn't match the rest of it.
Yeah, and that's
buy or sell.
That would be why I would sell it. And that was a hot game. That's a hot jersey to play in that game. I was roasting.
So black needs to be a night color.
Yes. I didn't understand because that year we played Ole Miss the next week in the night game. I was like, oh, we're bringing it out. Oh no, it's the noon game at South Carolina. We're going to wear black. I'm like, well, that's going to be hot. But I like the now version of the black uniforms. The white helmet, I can kind of get behind. I like the black outline. It kind of makes some things a little more staticky. But overall, I don't think it fits well. If you're going to do the black, you got to go all black.
They toyed with that in the 90s at one point, that they looked at that when they went to the black around the orange. For a while there in the 90s, they wore white jerseys with the orange number, and they had black around the number. But they left the helmet clear. And I've got video somewhere that we shot at a practice where one of the guys had black around the T and around the jersey. And I thought back then it would have worked with that uniform that they were wearing. I didn't like it here, though. You buy or sell this one?
I'm buying it. Black, I like that they changed with the black face mask. It pops, giving Halloween vibes. But I'm a gremlin, so,
Okay.
so I'm feeling it.
You did that. John?
I think on this one, just because the combination doesn't work as they intended it to, I will say this: the jerseys, the pants are fantastic because it looks so, as Josh Heupel would say, intentional. I mean, this wasn't something that they just waited until the last second to try and throw out on the field. It is a strong look from the neck down, but because it is also accompanied by the helmet, I would sell this one.
Yeah, we'll now get to when the completed uniform is put together. They got the helmet. Now, I would just say, I think white, anywhere you get thin white around any of the orange there, this thing is going to pop. It's going to look better, my opinion. But one thing that's interesting about this look is depending on the camera shot, it can look a little purple on the material. Some of these uniform colors look a little funky if it's a day game versus a night game. It's like you see it in the NFL all the time. If this team plays indoors, their uniform looks purple. If they play outdoors, it looks a little teal. You can see this, the black, we did this on the Sunday show one day where I just did a still frame, looked a little purple. And that's just, there's nothing you can do about it. That's just the material in the lighting. But overall, if you're going to do one of these, okay, I'll yield to this. But I would say do it Halloween only. Do it, just make that your Halloween look every year. Kevin, you're buying it, right?
Oh yeah, buying this. And this is
this your favorite?
Yeah.
So far?
This is of all the ones that we've seen, they finally got it right. You know, black on black on black. Yep. Okay. Beats the gray. Yeah, definitely a fan here. Buy.
Yeah, I'm buying this one for sure. I mean, I don't
even if it's hot.
Yeah, different story. No, but I do agree with you. I think, maybe not every Halloween game, but I think every big rivalry night game, not every one, but like one big night rivalry game a year, that uniform brings the energy out of people. I mean, you saw it that year we wore it against Kentucky. I mean, that was
What were you wearing when you beat Alabama the last couple of times? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. You didn't need any extra energy. Yeah. And Florida the last 2 years? Yeah, that's right.
There was some Smokey Grey against Florida.
Not when you won.
In 16.
Well,
in 16.
There was in 16.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I like Danny White has said. Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, you're not wearing this. We're looking like Tennessee. And I know you don't want to look like Tennessee, but I'm all for it. I'm just getting out. Let's spin off for a second. How much of a rah-rah effect in the locker room? We know before the season when you're wearing the black.
Yeah.
So even though you know it's coming, you guys still get in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forget the first time that they unleashed the first black uniform. They brought it out and showed it to us.
The one with the white helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, we were all still really excited about it. I mean, getting anything different as a player, I mean, you're going to go head over heels for it. And then, I mean, like, they'll surprise us in the locker room with the uniforms. We don't know necessarily what we're going to wear that week until we get there. And so, I mean, there's a lot of excitement that different stuff brings in out of you. Because, I mean, when you're wearing orange and white every game, I know everybody loves it, but it gets a little mundane from time to time. And I am a huge believer that you look good, you play good. There's that swagger you got to have about yourself.
And I don't think Tennessee ever looks better than when they're wearing orange and white. But that's different takes. I'm an old geezer. You're a young guy. Where are you on this one?
Big thumbs up. So I would buy that one.
Okay. We got a bunch of buys on that one. Let's see. What have I got next? Okay. Tennessee took their traditional Columbia blue that they used to wear. People forget this. 70s and 80s, the men's team wore Columbia blue. We've got photos of Vernie and Bernie somewhere in here. There was Columbia blue on the men's basketball uniform. The women's program, the women's basketball team, of course, started wearing it. Tennessee changed the name of it to Summit Blue.
Right.
Now the softball team just wears it out. The Lady Vols wear it. And they put it on the football team as accessories. I'm fine with that. In fact, do that with all of it. There's your black, Ollie. We're wearing orange and white, and you can have a black sleeve on one arm and a purple one on the other. But this doesn't look bad to me. I don't hate this because it's just socks and sleeves and wristbands. Fine. Not to mention the fact, I will say, those colors do look pretty cool together. That's a unique orange mixed with that light blue. I kind of like it. But Kevin's giving me a look. We'll let you start. Buy or sell with this one.
Got to sell it.
Why? Because it's a women's color?
Yeah, it just feels like a Lady Vols color. I don't know.
So you're too macho to wear that. I knew we'd have people. I've seen them on the message boards.
Folly guys.
I remember during last season, at a couple games I went to, I saw Kitzelman's, I think it was his dad, wearing the full blue, like a blue uniform. I thought that looked really good. I think doing a blue uniform would be a good look. I think the accessories, I buy the accessories. I think it looks good. But I think if you're going to do it, incorporate it fully. I mean, and that's just my 2 cents.
I agree. In this instance, it is accessories and accessorizing only, but I just also love the notion behind it, that it's a tip of the cap to, recognition of, and still celebrating Pat Summitt.
Yeah.
And you do it normally against an in-state foe, and it's it is a non-conference game, and so I just think that it's well done.
And of
like
all the
that.
colors, I like the color.
I like Coach Summer.
Yeah, I like the color too. I think that looks pretty good. All right. Next up, Tennessee has taken over the design of their own uniforms now, and they designed their own Smokey Greys the last couple of years. This one was called the Artful Dodger, as it took the shoulder yoke from the old Condredge Holloway uniforms of the 70s, and they put it on the gray. Again, notice how the orange pops because it's got the white around the number, man. It just lights it up. It's electric. Buy or sell John Wilkerson?
By the name every day of the week and twice on Sunday, because that is when I became a Tennessee fan, was during Condredge Holloway's time with the program. So I love the attempt. I just think that it's much better when they did the throwbacks in 2004
We'll get there.
as opposed to incorporating that into the Smokey Greys. So I say thumbs up in the effort, but thumbs down and a sell in the execution.
Thumbs up in the effort, and I'm buying. Give me an alternate, just a little something different. Now, it doesn't change how you play it. Like, the game's gonna be what the game is, but I think it's more for like recruiting, showing how we got alternate uniforms, stuff like that. These young kids, they like new shiny stuff, so I'm with it.
I'm selling for 2 reasons.
Wow.
One, I wasn't a big fan of the design. I don't like the way that the shoulders look on the jersey. I like the way that the shoulders
Too
look
much
on
orange
other
on
things.
everything?
It's not that it's too much orange. It just doesn't. To me, it does not look appeasing to the eye. But then my second reason is I remember that Austin Peay game. I remember how miserable it was. And so now I tie that jersey
Pretty
to
bad
that game.
performance. Yeah, okay.
So
All right. I don't mind that one.
PTSD.
One thing that's interesting, that one of the reasons I don't mind it is everybody had the orange T-shirts under it,
Yep.
and it was almost like you got a little free orange back in there. Again, you show me a uniform's got more orange on it, I'm going to like it. So this has enough orange. The white makes the number pop. You get the orange kind of in the midriff there. I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. Then they went to the next year. This was last year. This was called the Volunteer State, and it had the tri-star patch from the flag on the sleeve. It has the stars, I think, on the pant stripe. It's got an asymmetrical stripe pattern on it. There's only one stripe on the helmet, just to be wacky and cool. It's all the salute, which looks, again, the idea was this ties to our flag in the state. And yeah, okay, whatever. Because our state flag is orange and gray. But anyway, that Nike sales crap that they've copied kills me. This one, not on my list. I would be selling this one. Ollie.
honestly, I think I'd buy this one. I like the change from putting the Tennessee across the front. I think that looks good. And then you add that white in there that you like. It pops the numbers.
I forgot to say how horrible that is. It looks like a high school. You're Tennessee. You don't need to tell people who you are.
I think
This is good. I liked you until today. Now I know we don't really jive.
you're throwing different elements in there. I mean, I think it works. You got that white in there around the numbers, make it pop. Overall, I mean, I think this is better doing a uniform gray versus throwing in different tones all over the place. I think if you're going to do it complete.
Okay.
I'm buying.
That's a hit at the next one that's coming.
I'm buying. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Pass the baton to Mr. Wilkerson.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll buy as well. I just, again, even though there are things that you could point to and say, if I'd rather do without this or I
lot of
like
things I
that.
could point to.
But I just think that this, especially with all the things they did to dress it up as being the volunteer state, I thought that was well crafted. If you put a good story behind it, I'm going to like it.
Well, then wait a second. That's the opposite of what we were saying with the Butch Jones sale. Maybe it was just Butch Jones doing the sales job.
Sometimes you can't let the truth
But
get in the way
you-
of a good story.
But there's no doubt about it. It's the 3 stars from the flag. I mean, there were specific things that are true.
You don't have to get mad.
No, but I'm just saying there's a difference between, you're just saying,
I
hey,
told
any
you,
story's going
if
to
you
work.
want to start a fight, all you have to do is start talking uniforms.
But it's obvious that wasn't true, though, what they were saying about we went up into the Smoky Mountains and we found the elements that make this
Sounded good, I
area
guess.
unique.
Yeah.
If you weren't really paying
By the
attention.
way, if you like to watch us argue, the thanks need to go to Hearthside Bank. Hearthside Bank does a tremendous job all over southeastern Kentucky and East Tennessee. You can find branches. They're based in Middlesboro and have been for more than a century. And then they come all the way down to Knoxville here in the Farragut region. Good people, really, really good people. If you've watched any of my shows over the years, you know I don't tell you about people that I don't believe in. Hearthside Bank, I believe in them. And we thank them for supporting the Sports Source Digital Network. If you like this new content, thank them because they're the ones that did it. Also, if you like this kind of bickering and fun, I need to make this announcement. We've got the Saturday kickoff, which is turning back into a football pregame show, like it was last year, an hour from 11 to noon every Saturday. Ollie was with me last year. Kevin was with me last year. We're going to be together again, and we're bringing in a new guy who's going to be part of the main core. He's a Hall of Famer. John Wilkerson, going to be joining us game days every Saturday for part of the pregame. John, I appreciate you being with us and doing that, and I look forward to working with you guys.
I appreciate the invitation, and we'll get along.
We've been doing shows off and on for 30 years, and this was really the first big fight. Okay, let's get back to this thing.
I remember a Yankees-Orioles game.
Well, that's because you're a team switcher. All right. Here's the latest that they broke out. This is the reason we're doing this show. This is called the Volunteer Spirit. And see, now here we get into the sales job. So on this, the thing that looks either like serrated metal, it looks like a serrated blade, or looks like a feather, that is called the Davy stripe. That is a salute to the buckskin fringe of Davy Crockett. Sure it is. Also, you've got the gray here, which is supposed to be a salute to the military artillery. Okay. How is that any different than the salute to the mountains, salute to the gray dog, salute, whatever? So they don't need to oversell it. Just roll out the uniform. That said, I'm not a fan of letters on the jersey. Gosh. But I could live with this. I could live with it. I don't mind it, and it's funny because I know you guys are all going to crap on it, right? How many buys and sells do we have? What do we got? You buying or selling?
Buying.
You're buying, okay.
But my thing is that the two-tone, not the biggest fan of the two-tone. Just let the pants be the same color as the jersey. Other than that, I'm buying everything. Okay. John, it incorporates a volunteer spirit.
Yeah, that's right. You can almost feel the volunteer spirit. Buy or sell?
I'm selling it.
You hit on it earlier. If you're going to do gray, just do gray.
Just do the gray. It's too much. Do one or the other. But don't have both of them on there. It throws it off to me. When they released it the other day, that's all I could look at was just the pants. I'm like, that needs to be the other gray, or the jersey needs to be the other gray. Choose one.
Okay. Do you want to see? And you like a monochrome uniform?
Yes.
Again, can't stand a monochrome uniform. Hate a monochrome uniform. So we are total opposite on all this. Where are you on this? Do you like monotone gray, or do you like the two-tone gray?
I'm not ready to buy yet.
Okay.
So I'm still warming up to the idea of it. But at this point, I think I would still, if I had to put in a final verdict, it would be sell.
Okay. Now these may be, and here's the thing: UT can deny it all they want. They made these jerseys. They had these jerseys on sale. I don't think Adidas makes these and puts them out on sale if they weren't intended to wear them. And oh my God, these are horrible. Call them the Jester uniforms. Do you remember this, John?
Oh, for sure.
Ollie, you would have. I think that would have been before you.
I remember.
But
fans
if they had
them.
worn that, oh my.
I think
I get behind just about any alternate jersey, but this I cannot.
No, you look at the sleeves. You don't call that a yoke. That's a yuck.
You look like a harlequin or something. That's just not good. What would you have liked to have worn that?
No. They had the idea, but
It's an idea.
not the product.
I mean, I almost
it's busy.
Yeah, I mean, why not just go ahead and make the sleeves orange and white checkerboard?
I mean, are we playing soccer?
That's kind of there you go.
Rugby, maybe?
Yeah, this is their salute to the Croatian national team. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? 2022. All right, Tennessee. Ollie, you don't like this game. Tennessee breaks out the orange helmet for the first time. So they break out the orange helmet. They lose at South Carolina in ugly fashion. And the orange helmet is never to be seen again. Much like, John, you'll remember this.
The orange cleats.
Orange cleats, 1986, Alabama just destroys Tennessee. And I'm pretty sure Doug Dickey gave those to some Russian startup league, a football league in Russia, thus the Russian startup, since it was in Russia.
Exiled to the Soviet Union.
Yes, the shoes were shipped away to the Soviet Union, and they did look like ducks playing in those orange feet. But the orange helmet, it's funny, I thought it would look good, but watching it on television that night, it just kept looking like Clemson to me. And it's a different tone of orange, clearly.
Right.
But I just kept thinking, man, orange helmet, white jersey, white pants, Clemson. Buy or sell?
I'd sell, and that's just simply for the fact that you wind up with so many combinations to where, okay, it's a gloss finish on the helmet, it's a matte finish on the number, and it's a different finish on the stripes, to where there are all three things that are hitting your eyes differently, just as you talked about, where one color can look like purple in one shade of light as opposed to gray or black in another. So that one, I just remember that being the thing, that it just kept changing. There was a reflection on the helmet, there wasn't on the numbers and or the stripes, and that just made it really unpleasant.
Hold off 1 second. I want to run one more test thing. Matte helmet or shiny helmet?
It depends on what look you're going for. I like a matte black helmet. I don't like a matte white helmet.
We are separate on everything. I knew he would say matte. Okay, so there we go. Where do you go? Buy or sell?
I'm selling.
You wore them. What do you think?
I'm selling them. I liked the idea. It was pretty exciting when we got the orange helmet. Something different. You never really changed the helmet a ton. However, my personal opinion, and it goes against my monochrome, I think that it would look better if you would did the orange pants with it. Like orange, white, orange. I think that probably would have played off a little bit better because, like you said,
well, they've already blown the monochrome, so I don't think that does blow up your theory. I think
but I mean, I think the orange pants just would have fit it a little bit better because then you're getting the same white stripe on the pants as the white stripe on the helmet. But overall, you add into the story of that game with that helmet.
Yeah, I think that's funny. Is if you wear something, if you lose in something, that burn them. Kevin?
No, I'm buying. And keep them around so we can get the orange pants like Ollie's talking about too. It's just another uniform combination.
Just
another
please,
thing. Yeah,
please don't wear orange helmet, orange jersey, orange pants.
That's too much.
Please.
Yeah, that'd probably be too much.
All right, going all the way back to 2004. Yeah. This was the throwback. Now, the old Conrad's jersey was rounded.
Yes.
I don't know that this one looked as good as those.
Correct.
But I like the spirit of it.
Yes.
I hate, however, and Kevin wore this uniform, correct? Mm-hmm. And you that year had the thin stripe on the helmet, the throwback to the Fulmer era when he was a player. I hate the thin stripe. Thick stripe is the most important thing of the Tennessee uniform. Thick stripe, baby. So I could go with everything but the thin stripe here. I would buy this. I would use this as a road uniform. I would use that as a road uniform now.
Perfect way to use it.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
So you buy this all day long.
Correct.
Now, do you like the rounded yoke of the Conrad years?
Again, as close as you can get to that jersey, I would take it. But I really, as you mentioned, love the spirit, the intent, everything that went with that. So huge thumbs up. I'll buy.
You wore
that
it.
would be my number 2 look, by the way. If we were ranking these, that would be my number 2 look out of what we've discussed thus far.
Okay, what was number 1 that we've discussed so far?
Well, we haven't discussed it yet.
Gotcha. All right. Kevin,
Yeah,
you buy or sell this one that you wore?
No, I'm definitely buying it. Just my only thing about Adidas, like just the orange never was exactly right. Like it's a little brighter, right? It's not exactly right. That's the only thing I got.
Okay.
Like wearing the uniform, it was fine. I'm with you on. I like the thick stripe. White down the middle, 2 orange down. I like that deal. Did we also have a thinner tee that year? I can't remember.
That's one thing I don't like now. If you look at and granted, everybody says, well, it's because Nike they thinned up the tee. That ain't the only thing. That tee is about the size of a stamp now. You go look at a picture. I'll put this on screen right now. You look at a picture of the tee when Peyton Manning played. It's not just that they thinned it on the sides. It is much smaller now.
Yeah.
I say that tee should be huge. I want it to look like the one that T. Martin and Peyton Manning wore. That's me. Thin stripe or thick stripe? Well, first of all, what do you say? Buy or sell on this uniform, Ollie?
Yeah, I'm buying that uniform. But I'm right there with you. I like the thicker stripe a lot better than the thinner stripe. It kind of you're leaving too much open space on that helmet in terms. And so I think it just looks a little bare.
Agreed. Okay. I'm not big. I don't think it was necessary to have the black around the numerals.
I would agree on that one.
Okay. But overall, though, you kind of as a broadcaster.
Correct. It is a huge help.
There you go. Okay. And these thick stripes can get too thick at times. You wore these in 2002 for some reason. Again, all bad things lead to Adidas. This was an Adidas template where everybody had these god-awful huge stripes down the pants and up I guess they call that the gusset, up under the jersey. So you can't really see it here, but on this white uniform, that's Jason Witten, that stripe goes all the way up the pants and into, but if you're wanting to know, here was the home version, and you can see just how insanely thick that stripe was. That may be that's my number, whatever bottom is. That's my number 14 of what we've looked at.
That's the caboose.
That's the caboose. Not a fan of that look. Buy or sell, anyone?
Yeah, I'm selling that. I mean, that stripe takes up like the half of the pants.
It's like just making orange pants.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, do it. But no, no.
I just think that's ugly.
And you also, those were, I think, would probably be in lockstep the worst basketball uniforms ever. Because I think that's where the shorts were getting down to the shins.
Yeah, that's right.
It was just ridiculously bad.
So you would sell this too.
I would
Kevin,
sell
you
it.
wore them. You buy or sell that giant pants?
Oh,
he's nostalgic.
Nostalgia, yeah, a little nostalgia. You know, hey, be familiar.
All right, so then 2 final questions. We'll get through this quick. When we get to the road, okay, all white or white with orange pants? All white, white with orange pants. Which do you prefer? Ollie Lane, buy or sell? Which do you prefer? It's not a buy or sell.
Yeah,
Which do you want?
I'm going to blow your mind. I like the orange pants. There's something about those orange breeches. And I love
Derek Dooley would agree. Orange bridges.
No, I think that's a great look. I think it's a classic look, a traditional look. The white on white's a good thing, but we almost do it too much. Mm-hmm. And I like throwing the switch up with the orange pants every now and then because, I mean, there's not a ton you can really switch up on the road unless you're playing like an LSU. So having something like that to switch out in and out, I think works for us well.
I think you do this at Vanderbilt. I think you do it at Alabama. Anywhere where they really hate the orange, I think that's when you bust it out. So I just think
that's why you're in the Hall of Fame. He knows when to really twist the hate in on somebody. That's good.
Yeah, I like them both, but I go all white. You know, stormtrooper look, it's clean, professional, sleek look.
I'm good with both of them. I can live with both of them. And again, I do whatever you want on the road because technically there's no tradition there anyway. For years you wore an orange jersey on the road. I wish, now that's what I wish you'd do. Just everybody go back to one uniform. You don't even have 2 uniforms. Just everybody go back to wearing colors because we all got color TVs. There's no reason for one team to wear lights and one team to wear dark. USC and UCLA a few years ago, you can do that now. They went ahead and shook hands and said, we're just going to wear our normal colors. Alabama and Tennessee should do that.
Yes.
Tennessee and Kentucky should do that. You know, I wish you could get there. But anyway, if you're doing this, one thing I will say about their current white that I like, and I don't know that I would have said this before, but the big thick stripe around the neck, again, I think it helps to get more orange onto the uniform.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that.
I would agree. I like that as well. And I agree with you 100% in terms of because when Tennessee plays Alabama, there's normally a game where Tennessee's wearing orange and Alabama's wearing crimson. It happens in baseball. Tennessee wearing orange, Kentucky's wearing blue. There's absolutely no reason not to do it. So that's got to be a part of any jersey conversation I'm a part of. We're so far down. You've got ways to identify. There's no reason to set that aside. Let the teams wear their school colors against one another, same game.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at a video the other day of your guy, Condridge Holloway, and he was playing against Georgia Tech. He's Tennessee's in orange jerseys with white pants. Georgia Tech's in gold jerseys with white pants. That was not easy to tell the difference. And yet they still did it, and they still played a football game. Nobody died. Somebody won, somebody lost. I'm good with it. I think as long as it's not, you don't want Tennessee in their orange and Florida in their orange. Other than that, Tennessee should be wearing orange when they play Alabama, and Alabama should be wearing crimson, and the same for Kentucky.
No, I'd agree with that.
Well, they should be wearing blue, not crimson, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
No, that makes me think back to when I was in high school. Gibbs, we wear all blue against Halls that wears all red every time we play. That's the rivalry. I would love to see a game we come out in all orange against the Tide that's wearing the crimson and the white. That would be just a visually pleasing game to watch.
You mean Tennessee comes out in the orange and the white, and Alabama?
No, orange and orange.
You mean the orange and the white. I'm not going to listen. Okay. All right, so let's go there now.
This is the line in the sand.
Yeah,
Right?
so here we go. What do you want at home? Here's the all orange, or do you want God's uniform? Handed down when Moses came back down with the 10 Commandments. He also had this in a little fanny pack.
That's right.
I mean, this is a tremendous classic. Other teams away from here hate it, which I think is great. It's unique. It's immediately recognizable, that color orange, but it's tradition, man. Alabama, we talk about, well, you do this for the recruits. Alabama seems to have recruited okay over the years with one uniform. Same with Penn State, same with USC, so I don't think you need all that crap. But all orange or orange and white? If you got to pick one.
If I had to pick one, then yes, I will go the traditional orange and white. It's a clean, classic look, looks good. This is a great switch up. It's a great, 1 or 2 games a year you switch it up, you throw out the all orange. Maybe you got Vanderbilt at home, you throw on the all orange. That's a good look to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the orange and white, but I love both. But like you said, Moses had that thing in the little fanny packs.
That's a great uniform, man.
Folks, good folks.
The burning bush said orange and white pants. What do you got, John?
No, I would go. I think that's an alternate look that's fantastic at home, and you can do it for one of your non-conference or maybe even 2 of your non-conference home games, because I just love the orange jersey, the white pants. That's the number one look for me across the board, then the Condridge Holloway, and then the white jersey and the orange pants. That's my top 3.
That's your top 3. I'm a big believer in the fact that that's your traditional uniform. That's just, we know what Notre Dame has a traditional uniform. Alabama, they just have their uniform. But to just, my problem is you don't see as much of that now, because one game you're going to get gray. Let's say you got 7 home games. All right, one of them's going to be gray. One of them's going to be black. All right. One of them's going to be all orange. So you got 4 games a year. You play 12 games total in a season, and 4 times I'm going to see your actual traditional uniform. That's why I say, you want to wear alternate stuff? Do it on the road. You want to fire people up? You want to fire the team up that really need it? You got 100,000 people to fire them up when they're at home. They need that extra boost on the road. We're black on the road. We're gray on the road. My take. But that's okay. I'm a geezer. I know.
There's differences, generational gaps.
Yeah, I think it's good, though. I think that's we talk about the orange pants. I wanted to throw this out there, and we'll end it here with a shot at Mike Stoll. Whenever we can work in a shot at Mike, that's where we're going. He once told me how much he hated the orange pants because it makes a guy with a big butt look all that bigger. He did not like the orange pants. He said, those are not friends to linemen.
No. I will say, one situation that I did not enjoy the orange on orange look was, I think it was a Vanderbilt game one year, and obviously we played Vanderbilt after Thanksgiving. I'm rolling in probably the biggest I've ever been. God, if I didn't look like a giant pumpkin just running out there to play football. There's a picture of me after the game. I was like, geez, where's the orange end? Like, it's just stretching all over the place. You got to be in somewhat of some nice physique shape to pull off some uniforms.
And your wife still loves you.
Yes, exactly.
What is it? We'll get off track. Because you were so thin now, how much weight have you lost since you played?
About 50, 60 pounds.
There you go. Yeah. No one would ever know you were a lineman now, except for me, because I try and fit you into a shot and you're 15 feet tall. Ollie Lane right there, Kevin Simon right there, John Wilkerson.
The GOAT.
Thanks for playing around with this nonsense. I appreciate it. I look so much forward to doing more of our nonsense Saturdays at 11 every week before a UT football game this fall. So thank you all for being there. And thanks to Hearthside Bank. Thanks to you for watching. Be sure to do us a favor. You can help this channel. You can help all of us. You can help the Hall of Famer. Click the thumbs up. That tells other people out here, hey, this is a cool UT channel. Hit subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Ring the bell. That'll tell you when we post new stuff here. And if you've got a uniform that we didn't cover, we just went back 25 years and we didn't cover all of them. There are different things. If you got a uniform we should have covered and didn't, let us know what it is. Go ahead, click the comment button, tell us what you think, and we'll see you next time on the Sports Source Digital Network.